Welcome to NestifyCraft. Let's start learning together.
Hello and welcome. You know, if you're a parent or an educator, you're probably fighting a daily battle. The constant tug of war between screen time and, well, pretty much everything else. But what if the best weapon in that fight wasn't just another activity, but a powerful natural remedy? Today, we're going to dig into the fascinating science behind green time and how it can actually help heal some of the damage done by our digital world. All right, so let's break this down to its core. On one side, you've got screen time. Think about it. It's often passive, it can be isolating, and it's definitely overstimulating. But then you have green time, which is the total opposite. It encourages activity, it fosters real connection with others and the world, and it brings a sense of calm. This really just lays out the fundamental choice we're facing every single day. Now, to really understand why green time is so important, we have to be honest about the problem it's solving. So let's take a look at the hidden costs of too much screen time. What does the actual research say about how screens are affecting our kids?
The data is, well, it's pretty sobering. A major review in the International Journal of Indian Psychology pulled together a lot of studies, and the findings are kind of a wake-up call. We're talking about real developmental issues, from toddlers showing delays in language skills to disrupted sleep that leaves kids exhausted. We're seeing lower grades and shorter attention spans, and maybe most importantly, a clear link to a higher risk of anxiety, depression, and even trouble feeling empathy for others.
And this quote right here, it just hits the nail on the head. A huge study back in 2018 by Twang and Camblin confirmed it on a massive scale. They found a direct, clear link. The more hours kids and teens spent on screens, the lower their psychological well-being. So you know that gut feeling that a lot of parents have? It's not just a feeling, it's a documented public health issue.
Okay, enough of the bad news. Let's pivot because this is where the story gets hopeful. Let's talk about the solution, this amazing antidote called green time, and how it offers a really powerful and totally accessible way forward. So what is green time? It's actually super simple. It's just any time spent in natural environments. A park, a forest, your own backyard. But here's the magic part. The research is showing that it can actively moderate, or you could say balance out, the negative psychological hits from too much screen time. It's not just a fun distraction, it's almost like a form of medicine.
And what I find so fascinating is how perfectly nature seems designed to counteract the problems of screens. You see, the stress and anxiety from constant notifications and stimulation, nature reduces stress. The trouble with focusing? Nature actually enhances cognitive function. The social isolation of staring at a screen? Nature encourages real, face-to-face interaction. It really is the perfect buffer. And let's be clear, this goes way beyond just making kids feel better. We're talking about their actual brain development. Research, like a recent study from Sugiyama and colleagues, found that for young kids with a lot of screen time, playing outside literally lessens some of the negative effects on their developing brains. It's like a protective shield for their neurodevelopment. That's huge. Okay, this all sounds amazing in theory, right? But how do you actually make it happen? Especially when life is busy and maybe your kids would rather just stay inside. So let's build a practical toolkit. Just some simple, fun ideas you can literally start using this week. Okay, for the little ones, there is nothing better than a mud kitchen. Seriously, it costs next to nothing. Just grab some old kitchen stuff you don't use anymore, find some dirt, add a little water, and you've just unlocked hours of creative, sensory play. It is the perfect antidote to a structured, passive app on a tablet. And even something as simple as a walk can become this epic adventure. You just have to frame it right. Call it a nature mission or a scavenger hunt. Give them a magnifying glass, and suddenly they're not just on a boring walk. They're a scientist exploring a hidden world under rocks and leaves. It's all about sparking that natural sense of wonder.
Gardening is incredible. It teaches kids about patience, responsibility, and where their food comes from. And that little fun fact at the bottom, it's a game changer, especially if you have a picky eater. I mean, when a kid has grown their own tomato from a seed, they are way more likely to be excited about eating it.
Now, what about teenagers? It's all about giving them a sense of control and skill. Things like nature photography get them to slow down and really look at the world around them. Hiking or biking is an amazing stress reliever. These aren't just hobbies. They are real, powerful tools for building resilience and a sense of identity that isn't tied to a social media profile. But here's the great news. You don't have to do all this on your own. You don't need a huge backyard or a bunch of gear. There's an amazing,
and kind of unexpected resource that's probably hiding in plain sight in your community, and it's ready to help. As the author Richard Love says, libraries are just this perfect, if unexpected, place to connect people to nature. And when you think about it, it makes so much sense. They're safe, they're free, they're all about community and discovery. It's a natural fit. This whole nature-smart library movement is just brilliant. We're seeing libraries that lend out nature backpacks filled with binoculars and field guides. Many now offer free passes to state and national parks. Some even have seed libraries where you can check out seeds for your garden, just like a book. They are taking down so many of the barriers that keep people from getting outside. And this isn't just an idea. It's actually happening all over the place. Libraries are holding workshops for kids to build their own tiny terrariums. They're teaching classes on making seed bombs to bring a little green to forgotten city corners. They're becoming these incredible hands-on hubs for science and sustainability. You should definitely check and see what your local library is up to.
All of which brings us back to the most important question of all. So we've looked at the problem, and we've explored a ton of really powerful, really practical solutions. But look, the goal here isn't to be perfect. It's not about suddenly eliminating all screens forever. It's just about being intentional. So the real question is, what's one small thing you can do this week? Just one achievable step to trade a little screen time for green time. Because that one small change could be the start of a whole new, healthier and happier routine.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to NestifyCraft and check the link in the description for more. Goodbye!